During the filming of the Munsters, tensions often rose among the cast, particularly involving Yvonne De Carlo, who portrayed Lily Munster. She had a strong presence on set and expected high standards from her fellow actors. This sometimes led to clashes, as other cast members felt overwhelmed by her intensity and demands. Fred Gwynne, known for his humorous take on Herman Munster, occasionally found himself frustrated by Yvonne's serious approach to the character, which clashed with his more laid-back style. Al Lewis, embodying the quirky grandpa, also faced challenges adapting to Yvonne's rigorous work ethic. Though he admired her talent, he often joked that her dedication made it hard to maintain a light atmosphere on set. Beverly Owen, who played Marilyn Munster, reported feeling caught in the middle as she wanted to support both Yvonne and her fellow cast members. Butch Patrick, as Eddie Munster, noticed the tension too, and sometimes found it difficult to relax during filming, sensing that Lily's strong energy filled the room. The Munsters was created by Joe Conley and Bob Mosier, who also had a hand in creating the classic show, Leave It to Beaver. This unique series stood out for its humorous portrayal of a suburban blue-collar family made up entirely of monsters. The show was designed thoughtfully to ensure that children could enjoy it without being scared. Herman Munster, played by Fred Gwynne, was crafted to be a typical working dad, embodying a kind-hearted and clumsy father figure who often found humor in his mishap. His wife Lily, performed by Yvonne De Carlo, was the caring mother who balanced her monstrous traits with maternal warmth. Their son Eddie, played by Butch Patrick, was a young werewolf-like boy, while their daughter Marilyn, portrayed by Pat Priest, was a beautiful normal girl who often faced the family's quirks, making her an outsider in her own home. The character design and family dynamics offered delightful comedy, showcasing the charm of being different, while celebrating family values in an amusing and friendly way. Fred Gwynne shared his experiences portraying Herman Munster, a character he cherished deeply, despite the many challenges he faced. The role brought him immense joy, yet required him to endure heavy costumes that were quite uncomfortable. He often spoke of how the weight of the asphalt paver boots made it hard to move freely, and the foam rubber padding added to his discomfort. The most taxing part was the foam latex headpiece, which had to be worn for long hours. This headpiece often created a hot environment for his head, leading to profuse sweating that made wearing the costume even more challenging. Despite these struggles, Gwynne took great pride in his work, finding joy in bringing Herman Munster to life on the screen. His dedication to the character was evident, as he embraced the physical challenges as part of the unique experience that made the Munsters memorable to both him and the audience. The laughter and enjoyment that his character brought to viewers made the sacrifices worthwhile, solidifying Herman Munster as an iconic figure in television history. In the production of the Munsters, a unique approach was taken to ensure that Fred Gwynne, who portrayed the beloved Herman Munster, remained comfortable during filming. The producers used a compressed air tank to cool him down between takes. This creative solution was essential, as the heavy makeup and costume he wore could become quite warm and uncomfortable. Despite the challenges of the hot costume, Gwynne's commitment to his role shone through. While the rest of the cast actively participated in various public appearances to promote the show and its merchandise, Gwynne faced different circumstances. The transformation into Herman Munster required considerable time and effort, making it impractical for him to join the publicity tours like his co-stars. Each appearance helped draw attention to the show's quirky charm, attracting a dedicated fan base. The clever use of technology for comfort and the varied promotional strategies highlighted the effort put into both the show and its characters. During the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in 1964, actors Fred Gwynne and Al Lewis represented their popular television show, The Munsters. The festive atmosphere was a fun experience for them, but Gwynne, who portrayed Herman Munster, humorously confessed to having a drink of whiskey to help cope with the long event. It was an amusing detail that showed the lighter side of the characters they played. The Munster coach, a unique vehicle that added to the show's charm, was created by the same talented company responsible for designing the Batmobile. This one-of-a-kind hearse-like car was built using 3 Model T Ford bodies. With a staggering price tag of $18,000, the Munster coach became an iconic symbol of the family's quirky lifestyle. This mixture of humor, creativity, and nostalgia has made the Munsters memorable for audiences. The show continues to leave a lasting impression, reflecting the delightful eccentricities of its characters, much like the experiences of Gwen and Lewis at the parade. The role of Marilyn Munster was portrayed by Beverly Owen, and later by Pat Priest. Beverly Owen was the original actress who brought charm and humor to the character in the early episode. When she left the show after its first season, Pat Priest stepped in to continue the iconic role. Priestley was chosen partly because her measurements were similar to Owen's, allowing for a seamless transition. Marilyn is often seen as the normal member of the Munster family, which adds to the comedic element of the show. She is depicted as beautiful and kind-hearted, often bewildered by her family's oddities, yet loving them all the same. Eddie Munster's character was initially played by Nate Happy Durman during the pilot episode, but was later taken over by Butch Patrick. Butch Patrick brought a different energy to the role, shaping Eddie to resemble a blend of a mischievous boy and the classic character Beaver Cleaver. This change brought a relatable aspect to Eddie, who struggles with his identity in a family of monsters. Eddie's character had a lovable, innocent vibe that appealed to viewers, making him a memorable part of the show. The dynamics between Marilyn and Eddie added depth, showing how each character, despite being part of a monster family, dealt with typical childhood issues in a unique, humorous way. Gwen and Lewis had a unique connection that blossomed from their prior collaboration on the show car 54. Where Are You? This earlier experience helped them develop a strong on-screen chemistry, making their performances in the Munsters even more entertaining. Their camaraderie was evident as they brought their characters to life, with Gwen playing Herman Munster and Lewis portraying Grandpa Munster. The duo's dynamic made the show both charming and humorous, appealing to audiences of all ages. Universal Studios, the powerhouse behind the Munsters, owned not just the series but also the rights to many of the most famous classic monsters in film history, such as Dracula and Frankenstein's monster. This connection added an intriguing layer to the Munsters, as it allowed the series to cleverly reference and parody these iconic creatures. The delightful blend of comedy and monster lore turned the Munsters into a beloved classic, solidifying the legacy of both Gwen and Lewis in the television industry. CBS executives recognized the potential of Universal's monster character catalog, using it to gain an advantage in their programming strategies during the 1960s. This led to the creation of the Munsters, a show that featured classic monster characters in a comedic light. These characters, like Herman Munster and Lily Munster, were relatable in their quirks and familial interaction. Unlike the Addams Family, which also explored a similar theme with its dark humor and eccentric characters, the Munsters consistently topped the ratings due to its more identifiable and accessible characters. The Munster family, despite being portrayed as monsters, embodied a warm and loving atmosphere that resonated with audiences. Mr. Gateman, Herman's boss, appeared in just 2 episodes, adding a flavor of intrigue and connection to the business world, embodied by John Carradine's unique performance. This strategic use of familiar monster lore contributed to the show's lasting legacy and popularity among fans, illustrating how clever programming can capture the hearts of viewers. Spot the Dragon was an interesting character from the 1964 television series The Munsters. Spot was Eddie's pet dragon, but was mostly shown in a limited way. Only the head, and at times the tail section, were visible. This made Spot more of a quirky presence rather than a fully fleshed-out character. The limited appearances added to the charm and mystery of the show, leaving it to the audience's imagination to wonder what the rest of Spot might look like. On the casting side, the role of Lily Munster was initially given to Joan Marshall, who played the character in the unaired pilot. However, the creative team decided to recast the role, and Yvonne DiCarlo took over for the actual series. Yvonne brought a unique flair and energy to Lily, helping to establish her as a beloved part of the Munster family. Both the dragon spot and the portrayal of Lily added to the show's distinct style, reflecting its playful take on traditional monster themes and family dynamics. Initially intimidated by Yvonne de Carlo's reputation as a glamorous Hollywood star, Fred Gwynne and Al Lewis quickly discovered her exceptional comedic timing. Their concerns faded as they worked together on set, appreciating her talent and unique contributions to the show. However, the need for frequent adjustments to de Carlo's hair, makeup, and nails often led to production delays that frustrated the cast and crew. While they admired her dedication to maintaining her appearance, the time spent on these adjustments sometimes disrupted shooting schedules. This tension created a mix of admiration and exasperation among the team. Ultimately, they all shared a common goal of making the Munsters a success, and despite these challenges, they navigated the difficulties together, forging strong relationships amid the pressures of producing a beloved television series. The interactions between the cast members were often a blend of humor and light-hearted conflict, reflecting the show's charm and their ability to adapt to the demands of the production process. The actress Yvonne de Carlo, who played Lily Munster, had quite a struggle when it came to finding a hairdresser she liked. Throughout the 2 years that the Munsters aired, she went through 5 different hairdressers, never feeling satisfied with their work. This surely added some stress to her experience on the show, as being comfortable with her look was important for her character's portrayal. The iconic opening credits of the show added a creative twist that paid homage to another famous series, The Donna Reed Show. In this clever parody, viewers saw Lily Munster in a domestic scene where she lovingly handed out lunches to her family members. This lighthearted mimicry not only introduced the quirky characters in a memorable way, but also set a playful tone for the series. The combination of de Carlo's challenges with her hair and the charming opening credits helped create a unique atmosphere that made the Munsters a beloved classic among audiences. The Munsters, a classic television series from 1964, emerges as a unique entry in the era of sitcoms, captivating audiences with its blend of humor and fantasy. The show features a family of friendly monsters living in a spooky house, and it manages to stand out from its contemporaries through a compelling mix of well-structured storytelling, eccentric characters, and clever writing. Many viewers praise the show's writing, highlighting its imaginative scenarios that include quirky elements like Grandpa's peculiar experiments, a dinosaur lurking under the stairs, and the comedic chaos often instigated by Herman's temper. This creativity helped the series carve a niche that many other sitcoms of the time, which tended toward more conventional themes, struggled to achieve. The comedic charm derived from the interplay between the bizarre and the quirky aspects of daily life resonates with audiences, creating an engaging experience that lingers in memory. Nostalgia also plays a significant role in the enduring affection for the Munsters. Individuals who were not part of its original airing, like a viewer reminiscing about enjoying the show in the 1980s, reflect on their childhood memories, filled with enjoyment and laughter. While some may notice a hint of cheesiness upon revisiting the series as adults, it does not diminish their fondness for the unique charm and humor that defined their experiences. The iconic theme song and whimsical settings contribute to a sense of nostalgia that endears the show to many fans. However, perspectives on the series are not universally ideal. Some reviewers acknowledge that, when viewed through a contemporary lens, certain elements may feel dated. The comedic timing, special effects, or plot lines might not resonate as powerfully in today's viewing context, creating a contrast between young viewers' initial impressions and the series' original intent. Yet this perceived cheesiness can also be seen as part of its charm, evoking a sense of lightheartedness amidst the often grimmer options available in modern entertainment. In addition to its writing, the performances of the cast, particularly Fred Gwynne's portrayal of Herman Munster, have received significant acclaim. His ability to embody the role with both humor and warmth showcases the depth of character that the series aims to deliver. The ensemble cast chemistry adds another layer of appeal, making the Munsters a relatable yet fantastical family. Ultimately, the Munsters remains a brilliant and hilarious series that, despite some contrasting viewpoints on its humor and style, continues to inspire affection and admiration from audiences both old and new. It serves as a reminder of the creativity and originality that once characterized television comedy, providing an escape from the less imaginative fare that often floods today's screen. Its legacy endures, offering a quirky, nostalgic journey that many still cherish. As we wrap up our look at the Munsters, a series that blended humor with a unique take on monster mythology, we now turn our focus to something equally captivating. The world of television often leaves us wondering what happens to its most beloved characters once the final credits roll. In this bonus segment, we will explore the lives of the cast beyond the iconic roles they played. What new adventures did they embark on? Did they find success in other series or movies? Or did some struggle to shake off their monster personas? Each story unfolds layers of history, revealing insights about the actors who brought the Munster family to life. From their hidden talents to surprising career changes, you won't want to miss these intriguing tidbits that illuminate the legacy of the Munsters and its unforgettable cast. Stay tuned for a journey that promises to surprise and delight. Harvey Korman played the role of Dr. Leimbach in the 1964 TV series The Munsters. In this role, he portrayed a mad scientist who was always one step away from disaster. Korman's performance stood out for its dark humor and clever delivery, adding a unique edge to the show. After The Munsters, Korman's career took off. He became known for his work on The Carol Burnett Show, where his comedic talents flourished, showcasing his ability to perform sketches and characters that garnered critical acclaim. Beyond his successful career, Korman faced personal hardships. His first marriage ended in divorce, leaving a mark on his personal life. He struggled with insecurities despite his fame, battling self-doubt and the pressures of the entertainment industry. Reports also surfaced about his contentious relationship with some colleagues, adding a layer of complexity to his otherwise charming public persona. Sadly, Korman passed away in 2008, leaving behind a legacy of laughter. While he is remembered for his contributions to TV and comedy, some whispers of his private struggles reveal a somber side to his story. Pat Priest portrayed Marilyn Munster in the 1964 television series The Munsters, capturing the essence of the character who was both a source of normalcy in a bizarre family and a striking contrast to her scary relatives. Known for her beauty and charm, Marilyn's character faced the unique challenge of being the only normal member among monsters. Priest brought depth to this role, often conveying an underlying sadness that resonated with viewers. Following The Munsters, her career continued with roles in TV shows like My Three Sons and a guest appearance on The Brady Bunch. However, her life was marked by personal struggles. Priest experienced the loss of her first husband, which shook her world. Additionally, during the late 1970s, she battled a challenging breast cancer diagnosis, undergoing a mastectomy, but eventually became a survivor. In her later years, she distanced herself from the Hollywood limelight, but remained involved in fan events related to the Munsters and shared her experiences. As of now, Pat Priest is alive and lives quietly, reflecting on her past while embracing a life filled with personal triumphs amid hardships. Robert Strauss played the role of the nightclub manager in the 1964 TV series The Munsters, bringing a unique blend of humor and intrigue to the character. His portrayal added a dark and mysterious flavor to the show's comedic framework, reflecting a time when strange and gothic elements were becoming more mainstream in American entertainment. Strauss's performance stood out among the colorful cast, emphasizing his ability to balance lightheartedness with a touch of enigma that resonated with the show's audience. After The Munsters concluded, Strauss continued his career in film and television, landing roles in various productions. He faced significant personal hardships, including struggles with addiction. These challenges led to a tumultuous life marked by ups and downs, including brief spells of acclaim overshadowed by personal demons. Reports suggest he encountered legal issues, particularly related to alcohol, which complicated his career trajectory. Later in life, he became reclusive, with few public appearances, and faded from the spotlight. The last known information about him remains scarce, leaving an air of mystery surrounding his latter years. Joyce Jameson played the role of the enchanting and mysterious character, the beautiful but troubled Louise, in the 1964 series, The Munsters. Her performance brought a captivating presence to the show, thereby helping to define its quirky atmosphere. After the series ended, Jameson faced serious challenges. She struggled to find roles that matched her early success. Her career included several guest spots on popular shows of the era, but none sparked the excitement of her Munsters days. In her personal life, Jameson endured hardships that shaped her later years. She battled with alcoholism, which affected both her career and relationships. In the 1970s and 1980s, she became embroiled in scandals, with rumors of tumultuous relationships and financial difficulties. Despite these challenges, her mystery and allure never fully faded from the public eye. Last reports suggested that she struggled with health issues and lived modestly in her later years, reflecting on a career that was both vibrant and plagued with difficulties. Despite efforts to revive her career, information about her life post-1980s remains scarce, leaving her story partially unresolved. John Hoyt portrayed Barney Walters in the 1964 TV series The Munsters. His character was a distinguished figure who interacted with the bizarre family, providing a contrast to their unusual lifestyle. Hoyt brought a unique depth to the role that lingered in the minds of viewers, showcasing his ability to balance humor with a touch of seriousness. After The Munsters, Hoyt's career continued with roles in various television shows and films, including appearances in classic series such as Star Trek and The Twilight Zone. However, behind this public persona, Hoyt faced personal challenges. He experienced the anguish of multiple failed marriages, and his later years were clouded by health issues and financial struggles that forced him to navigate through a world far removed from the glitz of Hollywood. Scandals marked his life, including rumors and tabloid headlines that threatened to overshadow his career achievements. Last known information indicates he passed away in 1991, leaving behind a complex legacy as an accomplished actor who faced the dark tides of life's challenges. John Fiedler brought a unique presence to his role as Warren Bloom in the 1964 TV series The Munsters. Bloom's character was peculiar, shaping the series' quirky atmosphere while reflecting Fiedler's strong background in theater and television. Known for his soft-spoken voice and expressive demeanor, Fiedler created a memorable impression during the show's run, showcasing his deft ability to balance humor with an eerie charm. After The Munsters, Fiedler continued his career with notable appearances on various television shows, including roles in The Twilight Zone and The Dick Van Dyke Show. Hardships marked Fiedler's life. He dealt with personal struggles, including the loss of loved ones, and professional challenges that came with age and industry changes. Scandals in his later years remained largely hidden from the public eye, lending him an aura of mystery. As of the last updates, John Fiedler passed away in 2005, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances that still resonate with fans of classic television. Jane Withers played Fanny Pike in the 1964 TV series The Munsters, a role that showcased her talent for blending charm with sarcasm. Withers was known for her unique ability to portray quirky characters, and Fanny was no exception, representing a rare piece of youthful exuberance amidst the show's peculiar family dynamics. After The Munsters, Withers' career faced ups and downs. She had previously gained fame as a child actress in the 1930s, starring in films like Bright Eyes opposite Shirley Temple. However, her transition to adult roles proved challenging as Hollywood's landscape changed. Her life took darker turns. Withers endured financial struggles and was rumored to have dealt with personal demons, including episodes of depression. She was embroiled in a high-profile scandal in the late 1950s when a proposed marriage to a fellow actor fell apart amidst whispers of infidelity. Despite these challenges, she found resilience. In her later years, Withers became a successful businesswoman, owning a profitable nursing home. She lived in relative privacy, away from the limelight, with the last known reports indicating she passed away in 2021, leaving behind a complicated legacy intertwined with talent, trials, and triumphs. Butch Patrick became famous for his role as Eddie Munster, the charming young werewolf of the Munster family, in the television series that aired from 1964 to 1966. The character, known for his distinctive eyebrows and hunch, captured the hearts of audiences during the show's run. After the Munsters ended, Patrick faced a turbulent journey. He struggled to avoid being typecast and found it difficult to secure significant roles. He turned to various endeavors, including a brief musical career and numerous guest appearances on television shows. However, personal struggles emerged. Patrick battled with addiction and faced financial troubles. The dark clouds deepened with a series of tumultuous relationships, including a marriage that ended in divorce, leaving emotional scars. In recent years, Butch Patrick has embraced his past, participating in fan conventions and sharing stories from his childhood fame. As of now, he remains active in media, staying connected with fans while reflecting on his tumultuous but fascinating life experiences. Yvonne De Carlo portrayed Lily Munster in the 1964 television series The Munsters, bringing a unique blend of elegance and humor to the iconic role. Lily, a vampire matriarch, defied the traditional notions of femininity, embodying both strength and nurturing. De Carlo's portrayal helped define the character as both enchanting and endearingly odd. Following the Munsters, Yvonne De Carlo's career faced ups and downs. She struggled to find substantial roles and appeared in various films and television shows, including guest spots on series like Bonanza. De Carlo's personal life was marked by hardship, including a tumultuous marriage to actor Robert Morgan, which ended in divorce after years of difficulties, including emotional turmoil and financial issues. She also dealt with challenges in her later years, including financial struggles due to poor investments. In the final chapter of her life, she faced health issues, including heart problems, and lived in a care facility. Yvonne De Carlo passed away in 2007, leaving behind a legacy as an enduring television icon. John Carradine portrayed Mr. Gateman in the 1964 TV series The Munsters, his role injecting a dark humor into the show with a mysterious flair. Mr. Gateman, as the eerie undertaker and owner of Gateman's Funeral Home, became a staple of Carradine's unique talents in creating characters that blended horror and comedy. This portrayal added a chilling but comedic dimension to the Munster family's adventures. In Carradine's vast career, spanning over 5 decades, he appeared in numerous films and television series, often receiving acclaim for his performances in horror classics like The Mask of Fu Manchu and House of Frankenstein. Carradine had a tumultuous personal life marked by hardship. He struggled with alcoholism, which affected his relationships and work. He was married 4 times, and his relationships were often turbulent, leading to a strained connection with his children. Notably, his son, actor David Carradine, faced his own battles and tragically died in 2009 under mysterious circumstances, casting a long shadow on the family legacy. Carradine also embraced various philosophies and beliefs throughout his life, sometimes resulting in public scrutiny and scandal. In his later years, he continued to act but faced health challenges. As of the most recent updates, his legacy as a versatile actor lives on, despite the complexities of his life. Al Lewis portrayed the iconic character Grandpa Munster in the 1964 TV series The Munsters. His character, a vampire who was comedic yet wise, added depth to the dysfunctional family dynamic, balancing the show's blend of humor and horror. Lewis's performance was characterized by a distinct blend of charm and eeriness, making Grandpa a memorable figure in television history. Following The Munsters, Lewis's career took various turns. He faced challenges, including a struggle to find roles that matched the iconic nature of Grandpa. He transitioned into politics, running unsuccessfully for office in the 1970s, and even served as a member of a local government body. His life was marked by personal hardships, including financial issues after the show's cancellation, forcing him to take on various odd jobs. He continued to act sporadically and opened a restaurant in California, which closed shortly before his death. Lewis passed away in 2006, leaving behind a legacy that still resonates within pop culture. Last known public appearances include a documentary on the legacy of the Munsters. Val Avery played the role of Marty in the 1964 television series The Munsters, a show that blended comedy with horror. Marty was a minor character who appeared in the episode titled The Monster Fun. Val's portrayal exuded a certain charm, laced with the series' characteristic quirky humor. His performance left a subtle mark, contributing to the offbeat nature of the show, even though it was not the main focus. Avery's career spanned several decades, appearing in various films and television series. He is known for his work in movies like The Godfather and The Killing, showcasing his versatility as an actor. However, his personal life was riddled with challenges. He experienced struggles with alcoholism, which impacted both his career and relationships. Scandals surrounded him during his life, including conflicts with studio executives and a few legal troubles that led to short-lived periods of isolation. Later in life, Avery faced health issues, including heart problems, but continued to act in smaller roles. He passed away in 2017, leaving a legacy defined by both his on-screen contributions and off-screen struggles. The last known information about him reflects a talented individual whose life was marked by profound challenges, illustrating the complexities of fame and personal hardship. Pat Harrington Jr. played the role of Sonny Harkness in the darkly humorous 1964 series The Munsters. His character, a friend of Eddie Munster, brought a unique blend of charm and mischief to the show. Harrington's performance was marked by high energy, encapsulating the playful spirit of the era while also hinting at the complexities of youth, as portrayed within the bizarre family dynamics of the Munsters. After the Munsters concluded in 1966, Harrington faced significant challenges in the entertainment industry, attempting to transition into various roles, but often finding himself typecast. He achieved renewed fame in the 1970s as a regular on the television series One Day at a Time, playing the lovable handyman Dwayne Schneider, showing his ability to connect with audiences through humor and vulnerability. Despite his professional success, Harrington dealt with personal hardships, including struggles with depression and addiction, leading to strained relationships. He faced public scrutiny during his life, including a notorious alcohol-related incident in 1991 that impacted his career and prompted a short hiatus from acting. By the end of his life, Harrington remained active in the entertainment industry, but faced health issues. He was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2016. The last known update reveals his passing in January 2016, leaving behind a legacy as a versatile actor with a complex personal story interwoven with triumphs and tribulation. Fred Gwynne, best known for his portrayal of Herman Munster in the 1964 television series The Munsters, embodied the character with a blend of humor and unsettling sincerity that made Herman an iconic figure in the American cultural landscape. The towering, broad-shouldered actor, with his distinct, deep voice, was a perfect fit for the role of the well-meaning, yet bumbling, patriarch of a family of monsters. His portrayal was simultaneously endearing and eerie, which added a layer of complexity to what might have been a one-dimensional character. However, despite the show's success, it lasted only 2 seasons, and the series was canceled in 1966. Following the Munsters, Gwynne's career continued, but he faced several challenges in his pursuit of acting roles. He was often typecast because of his association with the Herman Munster role, limiting his opportunities to showcase his range. Nevertheless, he found success in film, particularly in Pet Sematary, where he played the pivotal role of Judd Crandall. His performance was deeply poignant, showcasing his ability to bring depth to characters far from his earlier comedic roles. Despite his professional achievements, Gwynne's personal life was marked by a series of private struggles. In the 1970s, he experienced a profound personal loss with the death of his first wife, which had a lasting impact on his emotional well-being. The grief he endured was not widely known, as he often kept his personal life out of the public eye, but those close to him knew of the weight it carried. His relationships were often affected by the pressure of his public image, and Gwyn's tendency to avoid the spotlight meant that much of his life was shrouded in mystery. In the years following his work in the Munsters, Gwyn also turned to writing and illustrating children's books. His talents in this field went largely unnoticed by the broader public, but remained an important part of his life. As Gwyn entered his later years, his health began to decline, and he passed away in 1993 at the age of 66 from pancreatic cancer. The final years of his life remain largely undisclosed, with very few details emerging about his last days. He died away from the public's eye, surrounded by close family and friends. Fred Gwyn's life, though marked by moments of fame and success, was also shaped by a deep undercurrent of personal loss and hardship. His legacy as Herman Munster, however, remains firmly intact, continuing to influence and captivate new generations of fans. Beverly Owen's portrayal of Marilyn Munster in the 1964 TV series The Munsters was brief but unforgettable. Playing the normal member of a family of grotesque creatures, her role was overshadowed by the bizarre antics of the rest of the Munster family, yet Owen's charm as Marilyn added a unique contrast. Her character was often a source of comedic relief, with her beauty and normalcy drawing attention in the midst of the family's oddities. However, after only 13 episodes, Owen left the show, citing personal reasons and a desire for a more stable career. Owen's departure marked the end of her association with the series, and after the Munsters, her career saw a significant decline. She struggled with typecasting and found it hard to secure roles, eventually leaving Hollywood. Beyond her acting career, Owen's life took darker turns. She married a wealthy New York businessman, but the marriage ended in divorce, and she faced difficulties adjusting to life out of the limelight. In the years following her departure from television, Owen largely disappeared from public view. She lived a private life, avoiding the media's attention and maintaining a sense of mystery. In her later years, her health deteriorated, and she passed away in 2019, largely unrecognized by mainstream audiences. Her story remains one of missed opportunities, a star who never fully realized her potential. The lack of personal scandals or dramatic public incidents has only added to the enigma surrounding her life and career. As of the last known reports, Beverly Owen lived her remaining years in quiet obscurity, far removed from the fame that once seemed poised to take her far. Richard Deacon's role as Borden T. Pike in the 1964 television series The Munsters is often remembered as one of the more intriguing characters, embodying a blend of humor and darkness. Deacon, known for his ability to shift seamlessly between comedy and a more sinister demeanor, brought Borden to life with a distinctive flair that captivated audiences. His character was a clever and conniving figure, often caught in the comically eerie scenarios typical of the show. The portrayal played off Deacon's natural charisma and skill for facial expressions, making Borden both amusing and unsettling. In the years following the Munsters, Deacon's career took on various facets. He appeared in numerous television shows and films, but his personal life revealed a more complex narrative. Struggles with anxiety and depression marked his later years. He faced controversies, including rumored tensions with co-stars and difficulties in maintaining long-term relationships. Despite these challenges, he managed to stay active in the industry, even finding success as a voice actor in animation. The last known information about Richard Deacon shows he continued to participate in various projects until his death in 1984, leaving behind a legacy that is marked by both remarkable talent and personal struggles. His son has occasionally shared insights into Deacon's life, revealing a man who, despite his fame, grappled with the shadows of his own existence. The complexities of his character and real life intertwine, giving a deeper understanding of the man behind Borden T. Pike. Gary Owens portrayed Dick Willett in the 1964 television series The Munsters. His character was a charming, witty, yet somewhat deceptive man who often took advantage of the unique and quirky family that played at the heart of the series. Owens brought an air of lightness to the role, contributing to the satirical take on traditional family dynamic. After The Munsters ended, Owens continued his career in voice acting and radio, becoming well known for his work in cartoons and commercials. He lent his voice to numerous projects, including The Jetsons and Scooby-Doo. In his personal life, Owens faced several challenges. He dealt with a tumultuous marriage that ended in divorce, resulting in public scrutiny. His career was also marked by struggles with the changing landscape of entertainment, as the rise of new formats and styles left him grappling for opportunities. Despite these difficulties, he maintained a lasting legacy in the industry. In later years, Gary Owens experienced health issues, but remained active until his death in 2020. He left behind a complex story marked by both triumph and hardship. Paul Lynde portrayed Dr. Edward Dudley in the 1964 TV series The Munsters, bringing a unique blend of humor and charisma to the character. Known for his sharp wit, Lynde's portrayal stood out amidst the show's colorful cast. His character, a seemingly ordinary doctor, often found himself in bizarre situations alongside the monstrous family. This role was a defining moment in his career, showcasing his comedic talent while allowing him to remain connected to television, where he had already made a name for himself. After The Munsters, Lynde's career continued to flourish. He became a regular on Hollywood squares, engaging audiences with his quick comebacks and flamboyant personality. However, his life was not without struggle. Lynde faced significant personal challenges, including battles with alcoholism and difficulties in maintaining romantic relationships. In the 1970s, his lifestyle led to scandals that cast a long shadow over his career. He was linked to a controversial incident involving a supposed relationship with a male lover, which caused considerable gossip about his sexuality in an era where being openly gay was stigmatized. Lynde's health began to decline over the years, culminating in a series of serious events that ultimately led to his death in 1982. Despite his struggles, Lynde's legacy as a pioneering comedic talent remained significant. His final years saw him battling loneliness and health issues, yet he remained a beloved figure in television history. Currently, interest in Lynde's life and contributions has revived, highlighting the trials and triumphs he faced as a performer. Without new details emerging, his story reminds us of the complexities of fame and the shadows that often accompany it. The Munsters remains a beloved classic that offered a unique blend of humor and heart during its original run from 1964 to 1966. Cast members like Fred Gwynne and Yvonne DiCarlo became iconic figures, with Gwynne's portrayal of Herman Munster capturing the essence of the lovable patriarch. Despite facing challenges after the show ended, including typecasting, many actors found new opportunities in different roles, with Beverly Owen even stepping away from acting to focus on family life. The show tackled themes of acceptance and family in a light-hearted way, allowing viewers to connect with its quirky characters. The Munsters paved the way for future sitcoms by challenging norms and bringing monsters into everyday life. Did you watch The Munsters during your childhood? What memories do you have that tie you to the show? We would love to hear your stories, so please share them in the